Hello again, this is Ralph back with another video. This one we're going to be talking about finding your perfect prospects on Facebook. And in my last video on how to find your perfect prospects, I mentioned that you should be breaking people down into groups or demographics. And you need to be finding one certain group of people that you can relate to and that you can work well with, and the group of people that would be attracted to your offer or would benefit from whatever it is you have to offer, either your product or your service. And I mentioned one example of military. Okay, either active or retired military people. If you're active or retired military, you would do well relating with people from that demographic group. And if you have a product or a service that especially appeals to the military mindset or military people, military needs, then that would be your group to go after. My personal demographic is retired ministers because, that's my group. But let's say you're going after your target group, your perfect prospects would be folks in the military. How do you find folks like that on Facebook? Well, let's just do an example here of a search. Let's use USMC to see if Facebook's going to give us any Marine Corps people. And yeah, you really don't get many people. Let's click on people. And okay, this is USMC Lex, probably not his real name. You've got Sergeant Martinez, that could be a legitimate one there. Mendoza, Christy USMC, she looks interesting. But you see, you're not really getting, Facebook does not really allow you to sort people by what they do, by their occupation. But what they do let you do is to network through groups. So let's take out the USMC, and instead let's just go at military entrepreneurs, and let's just see what we get. Here we go. Military veterans entrepreneurs. And okay, military entrepreneurs, U.S. Army retired. Now that's a person who is probably heading up a group. That's an individual. So, that might be one person you might want to engage with. But where you might really find a lot of gold is by going into groups. And this is a good area on Facebook to be prospecting in. Groups that appeal to your target demographic, like in this case, military entrepreneurs, veterans who are entrepreneurs, or active military who are entrepreneurs. And we've got a lot of groups here. And what you can do is you can find one that, looks good to you, something that has a lot of members. This one here, not too many members, 488 military veterans entrepreneurs. But let's just take a look at it. And you just find one that looks good to you. Now, this is a public group, 480 people. And what you can do with these groups, this takes time, this takes patience, but this is, in my opinion, the proper way to go through this, is you start reading people's posts, and you start interacting with people's posts, and you start learning a little bit about people. And this is a form of prospecting that really calls for a lot of sincerity. You have to sincerely want to get to know these people. Because once you get to know these people, you are going to be able to determine whether or not your product or service may be right for them. If your product or service is not right for them, don't go after them, because then you're going to be getting all salesy on them and be going after them like a used car salesman chasing somebody down in the parking lot. You don't want to be like that, in my opinion. What you want to be like is a helpful, trustworthy friend who is going to be able to see, what does this person need? Do I really have something that is going to help this person? And then sincerely be helpful. And if you're right, if this person has a need that you can address, a problem that you can help solve, then you have found your perfect prospect. They are going to know it, you are going to know it, and you're going to hit it off with that person, perfectly, just right. But it takes time, and this is where a lot of people lose patience. Most people just want to take their link, be spamming their link through the groups, and believe me, I've done that. And that is a good way to get banned from these groups, or be kicked out, or to have your account temporarily suspended and be put into Facebook jail for a few days. And yeah, you really don't want to be doing that, because you lose credibility, and it takes a while to get that credibility back. But that's a common mistake. A lot of people do it. Instead, what you want to be doing is, like getting a hold of somebody like Chris here. And, just reading the post and interacting with the post. And, if you just feel a bond, then go with that bond. And determine, do you have something that's going to help Chris out? And if you do, then yeah, message him, contact him. Just take the time to build that relationship. But, don't just say, message them right away and say, hey, I got a product or service that's really meant for you, and click on this link. Get to know them first, and give them the chance to get to know you. And then talk about problems that they may be having in their business, and see if you've got something in your toolbox that can help them, a product or a service that can help them. And then, let them know that you have something they might be interested in, and if they indicate they're interested in taking a look, then go ahead, send them the link. But there's a whole process you have to go through. It's called being social on social media. So that's one way we can use Facebook to start targeting people that we consider to be our perfect demographic group. And then when you find that perfect demographic group and you start finding them on Facebook groups, then you can start to get to know people individually, and over time find your perfect prospects. But don't try to rush it. This is, Rome was not built in a day, and same goes for your mailing list. It's going to be the product of many days of work, many weeks of work. So just be patient and do the work. This is Ralph, signing out, hoping that you're having a great day on social media. Thank you.